Good morning. Welcome to December 5th, day 5 of Vlogmas. I hope you're doing well and that your December and Christmas plans are going well. I feel like there's so much to do and I have very little plan for getting any of it done. Shopping to do and cookies and who knows when it's all going to get done. But what I did do is add my next stripe. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll see if I can take a picture in the window, get a little bit of natural light. It is again very dreary today. We're expecting rain for the next several days, so it's not likely to get better. So I got both of those done. I'm pleased with keeping up with that. I was listening to Kate from Hawthorne Cottage yesterday, and I figured out, I don't know, a year or two ago, she was talking about sock knitting, and we knit our socks the same way. 64 stitches on US 1 needles, I think, typically top down. And she is doing a 24 stripe Christmas sock this year. And somebody asked her, asked a question about it. I don't remember what it was. I think that's right. Anyway, she was saying that she is doing top down and how you want to try to do enough so that when you switch to the foot, you'll get all 24 stripes and not have to stop too soon. One solution for that is to do toe up with an afterthought heel. And I've done that. It works fairly well, but toe up is not my preferred method. And I find that they just don't fit me quite as well because of the heel. So what I'm going to do is what I did last year, maybe, or year before. I did top down, and I think I did maybe 14 of the stripes before doing the heel. I think I ended up starting the repeat again. So I got all 24 and needed to go back to like the first stripe color and do that a little bit. But that worked out fairly well. I think I may try to pull that sock out. I think it was last year, but anyway, I can pull it out and check how many and see if the stripes are about the same. I think they are, and that's probably going to be my plan for those. So I'll go as far as a little bit more than half and then put in the heel, and then I should be able to use all of the stripes to do the foot. But if you're doing a 24 stripe sock and you want to make sure you use all 24 and not go over, toe up is the way to go. That way you can go, and if you do a true afterthought heel where you just knit a tube and then cut in for the heel, you just knit every stripe and then bind off and go in and cut the heel wherever you want it. What I typically do for an afterthought heel is I'll actually put in waste yarn for it. And having done some afterthought heels, I could probably compare it to another one and see where to put that in without having to cut the yarn. I've done both. I prefer not cutting it, but I have done it. Okay, let's look at our stuff for today. My Missouri Star quilt is in a pretty big box. Pretty. It says, "Welcome to Quilt Town. This all aboard the Quilty Express. Sewing right on track," I think that says. And welcome to Quilt Town. Did we do that one? I think we started with that one. So yeah, let's see what's in here. So it's day 5. Can I get that? Oh. Okay. I think I know what this one is because there's been one in each. I'm gonna guess it's a mug. Yes, it is. I have plates to match these. That's pretty. And the back says, "Sewing mends the soul." And it feels really solid. These are nice mugs. I haven't really used them much at all. But there's a whole set. So if you've been getting the Missouri Star Quilt countdown box for a while, you probably have the mugs and plates for a set. I think there's 4 of each. And I've got them in my Christmas box, which is that way and down that hall. Okay. Day 5 of PK yarn. I think it says Peace on Earth. Yeah, oh, we got more pink. Is this one mostly pink? It is indeed mostly pink. So yeah, we're going to pinks before we get to any more green, if we go through green. Nice. Does it have a name? Aluminum Tree. I haven't been reading the names, have I? Aluminum Tree is what this one's called. I had a friend growing up named Charlene, and she's several years older, like 4 or 5 years older, but we were great buddies when we were like elementary school age. And she was the daughter of a single mom, which was pretty unusual at the time, at least among my friends. But I loved hanging out at her house. Her mom was really friendly. She was friends with my mom. And I remember they had an aluminum tree. We always got a real tree. We would go out, we'd get a real tree, and big deal to keep it watered all through the season. But they had an aluminum tree that, as I recall, and I think had a light on the floor, you know, that like turns and changes color. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. I loved our real trees too. It wasn't that I wished we had one, but it was just so different from what we had. And I remember just enjoying being around her and her mom. Okay, I have some organizing to do for the trunk show next week. I need to actually send an email to Nicole at 3 Crows Fiber and ask her a couple of questions about setup, but I've got to get my inventory ready to go, and I need to provide them with a list of all the things I'm bringing so that they can pay me my part of whatever they sell, which hopefully I won't have a whole lot to bring back, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been to this shop. I don't go to Augusta very much, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I'm excited to be introduced to a new shop. It's about an hour away from where I live, but I don't know if it's the closest shop. It might be a little closer to go to Copious Fiber in Irmo, but it's kind of a toss-up either way. My husband's planning to go with me Tuesday morning to go set up, so if you're in Augusta, come by Tuesday morning or anytime next week to see the yarn. And I'm planning to be there most of the day the following Saturday, which is it the 13th? Is that right? I think it's the 13th. So yeah, stop by and say hello. I am going to get on with it and make my list and do inventory. All right, take care. I'm missing a little stitch marker in there. It's a little pink snowflake, I think. Can you see it? It's so pretty. Augusta to a kind of an office, not exactly an office party, but more a work party because it's not just his office. But I think the place it's going to be should be pretty nice, right?
I've never been there before, but I hope so.
Bummer. Should be pretty good though, and I'm hoping there'll be some nice decorations to photograph. Otherwise, I'm going to try to be unobtrusive. That's my goal. We made it back from the party, not too late. It wasn't awful. The food was decent. And we had a little bit of an adventure on the way back. Mostly my fault. My husband and I have not really been in downtown Augusta, Lacey just came up, in a while. So when we were getting ready to leave, we were a little unsure about how to get back to the interstate. So I said, I'll just pull it up on GPS, grab my phone, and put in our address, and it started taking us down all these kind of odd roads. Like there's nothing wrong with them, but just not what I expected. And I said, why does it show us our path on the wrong side of the road? Suddenly Andy said, is it telling us to walk? Sure enough, I had it set for walking directions. And we decided we really didn't want to walk for 14 and a half hours to get home. So I had to reset it. And at that point, it got us back to the interstate. So it wasn't too bad. But anyway, we made it home. I'm going to do some editing. Hopefully it won't take too terribly long. And I will get some knitting done. I got almost none done today. I did get my socks up to date, but no work on the sweater. But maybe tonight, I might stay up a little bit late tonight and work on it. And then maybe a little bit tomorrow. All right. Come and say hi, Lacey. Come here. Yeah. Hi. Hi. I like you too. Good night.